If you're making money from cryptocurrency, you've made a lot of money from the stock market this year, you're making a lot of money from business, then you should watch this video.
How did you go from a company that was turning over millions by the month to a company that literally was
billions,
losing
actually, billions.
Billions?
Yes, every month.
How did you go from that though to actually losing that much? What was the process? What happened? What went wrong?
Oh, and Frank, I lost billions. Now, I didn't have a structure. The banks, I also put the blame to the banks on the doorstep of the banks. All they were interested in was the profit. They were not interested in sustainability of the business. They were short-sighted. So all they were doing was throwing money at me. So they never advised me that, listen, you start up a business and God blesses the business from selling diesel in drums, 200 liters, to selling 400,000 tons a month. I probably had about 93% of the business on my fingertips. More or less, I had the monopoly of that business. So, in 2008, the oil prices collapsed. I had over 1 million tons of diesel on the ICs, and the price dropped from $146 to $34. That was one leg of it. Then, of course, the currency was devalued. I had a lot of dollar exposure. So that was I lost money.
Now, during this time, you had the biggest debt with Ancom, approximately $1.2 billion.
I had two options. Either to commit suicide, because the richest man in Germany then did commit suicide.
Did you consider it yourself?
Well, no. I just knew it was a phase I had to go through.
Just to put it into context, we lost about approximately $480 million when the oil prices crashed.
Now that's $1.2 billion.
More.
Well, with interest.
Right, and then that also added on $258 million through Naira devaluation. And then that was further compounded by $320 million due to interest.
You should have your facts right.
And then another $160
So in total, I lost $1.2 billion.
Yes. Now, I mean, that looks like money's going from every angle. How did you manage to recover it and actually sustain your business?
No. After I lost the money, something that struck me was, listen, I had to, my father has always been one of my role models in life and my mentor. And the first thing was I had to protect his name. Mm-hmm. He had a policy, honesty was the best policy. So I had to protect that name. And of course, the integrity. So, what option did I have? Like I said earlier, suicide or weather the storm. And I decided to weather the storm. I now looked at the entire scenario. Of course, I put a blame on the banks for not advising me to have a proper structure when the money was rolling in. So, I looked at the numbers, and of course, then, like it happened in America, the president of America did bail out a lot of companies. So the government set up AMCON. So my debt was about $1.2 billion. Mm-hmm. So the banks also had to take a haircut.
Yes.
Of course, good for them for their carelessness and greed. So they took the haircut. So they sold the debt to AMCON for, I think, about $800 million. So they took the shave of about $400 million. So I was left with a debt of $400 million. So I sat with AMCON and said, listen, AMCON did offer me restructuring. And I insisted no. I didn't want the restructuring. I wanted to pay the debts and move on and start my life again. So they got reputable firms to value my assets. And then I think I had about Okay, let me just, in the context of properties, measure it in flats, I think we had about 184 flats, which I gave up. I was the largest investor in Nigeria in the banking sector, which I gave up.
So you gave up a lot of shares in banks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the major banks in Nigeria. In fact, I remember vividly that the central bank governor then did call me and said, what's the strategy? You have all these shares in all these banks. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, African Finance Corporation was a major shareholder. I was the chairman of Transcorp Hilton. I was the second largest shareholder in Mobile Oil Nigeria Limited, second largest shareholder in Chevron Texaco, Visa Phone, several companies. So I gave up everything. They valued everything, and I decided to give up everything.
So by the time you literally relinquished all of that,
that
you had accumulated, what was you left with?
I was left with my house in Ikoyi, my house in Abuja, my office on Walter Carrington, and my 37% stake in African Petroleum.
And how did you feel at that moment when you've lost over half of everything, all your assets? What was going through your mind? How did you feel?
No, I just had that feeling in me that once God blesses you, He never takes away His blessings.
So there you have it. You see that when Otedola was down, part of how he bounced back was by selling his real estate, selling his flat. And if you got it going good for you now, think of investing in real estate. Real estate, like the name goes, is the only literally real asset, and it can really help you out when all other asset classes fail. Give you an example. I do have a client that we are talking to now. He is in the crypto space, and that stuff is always up and down. Right now he wants to invest about £300,000 in the UK market. That's an example of a smart person knowing that if you hide today, you made a lot of money from Solana, from meme coin, made a lot of money from stock. You can be up today and down tomorrow. So protect your wealth and protect your future with real estate. And it's Christmas, you can see. So contact me. I know as you're enjoying yourself, as you guys are trying to do your dirty December, keep a little bit for investment. So let's start talking from January and February. Let's deal. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Ownahome TV show. At Ownahome, we believe that owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we are committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate tips. Next year, our London exchange will be happening. So you guys lock in for that. Thank you very much. See you at the very next video. Bye-bye.
I'm coming back. And you will see my team when I come back. It's not the 30 billion gang. You will see my team. And you guys will be frustrating. But Jesus be my glory. Somebody shout hallelujah. See!